I said,
live. Welcome to RDP. You said you ready to go ball?
Disrespect.
Hey, he trying to win me.
Respectfully stop disrespect.
Oh my God. That's what we do.
Please. That's all
What's going on, everybody? I don't want to start it off today.
What up, man? Well, the last time we did this, kind of got cut off because I was in Walmart and shit. Phone died. And I don't feel like we were done with what we were talking about. Do y'all remember what we were talking about?
Oh,
God.
I know you're not talking about this loving back.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, y'all niggas need to stop making people villains. I mean, making people victims just because they say they're victims. Stop it. Get some help, please. The victim card is overplayed, and we just don't need it no more. If you're an actual victim, by all means.
Oh my God.
But stop making these little sob stories out of nothing because it's just not working. It's not working. And then I'm the bad one for trying to call that shit out.
No, I just don't understand how you don't see her getting dragged.
Because what the
He cheated on her, straight simple as that.
He didn't even like, all right, but he didn't do nothing crazy though. Like we don't know.
I mean, that we seen.
Bro.
We just had to assume.
Y'all niggas was telling me that he did her wrong in the basketball.
He did at the end when he made her play for her love, bro. Come on, bro.
That was her idea, bro. That was her idea.
That's pretty bro.
Oh my goodness. That was her idea.
You had to dog her like that.
Bro, I'm not gonna let the same girl beat me twice. I'm not gonna let it happen.
Wow.
The same girl can't beat me twice. Bro, y'all know y'all not letting that ride. Y'all not letting that ride. Y'all not letting that ride.
Listen, man.
Y'all talking about? Y'all are not letting that ride. She did. She was scoring.
A better chance.
Not. See, nah, I can't. A better chance than that is you fucking beating me. I can't let it that.
Nah, that was crazy.
If we both competitive like that, I can't. What? Are you crazy? Now, what if they just let her just sit there and live out her dream, whatever? Let's say she could go to the NBA. We are
WNBA.
She said she wanted to be the first female in the NBA, bro.
We're being realistic here.
Nah. Realistic. When her parents was trying to be realistic with her, y'all told me that her parents was the worst parents in the world. No.
NBA. She was not.
No, she said NBA. I had this conversation with him. He talking about because I told her that she's not making it to the NBA. If she was my daughter, I'm just killing her dreams. Like,
nah, bro, I don't want to hear that.
That's what he told me, bro.
I'm saying it's 2023, right? It's a lot of these other people on the other side of the court that ain't even supposed to be, but they there, right? And they parents probably told them that too.
Wait. What? Can I say that one more time?
I'm trying not to get it bad because y'all say I be saying.
Okay, no, just you know what I'm saying?
There was a player that was swimming in a competition that they shouldn't have been allowed in, but they did and they won because they physically had the better attributes naturally because that's how they were biologically made.
Okay.
So that is a thing now. She was progressive. She wanted to be a female in the NBA. We gonna have one of those soon if we don't have one now.
Nope.
We're gonna have, I mean, that we know of, but we're gonna have one of those soon.
I'm just saying, all the stars have to in order for this to work out. Every single star.
But that's not the point. The whole point was right. She got dragged. Yes or no?
No.
Yeah.
No. I did not say. What did I say? Yeah.
So when is him cheating on her? Is him cheating on her, not him getting dragged?
No, I don't feel like that's being dragged, bro. Because if y'all niggas have a girl that
is there for you whenever you go through your little emotional trouble. All right, boom, that shit happened. And then the one time you need her type shit, like you really, really need her.
The one time, matter how many times though, all the times
Bro.
in life, bro, just for one fucking time, bro. That's selfish, bro.
How is that selfish?
Anyway, that's selfish.
Bro, that's selfish of you.
That's
They're trying to sit here and talk to me about basketball.
That's
Like I ain't the
crazy,
captain of
bro.
my motherfucking team.
That's
That's crazy of you to try to put basketball over me. And I'm the fuck like I know what this already. I know what basketball like,
bro.
you made it seem like I wasn't the captain of my team, like I wasn't that nigga or something.
But what does that have to do with anything, bro?
Because you gonna sit there and leave me, and you gonna leave me and thinking that when another female comes through, that's gonna give me like what are we talking about?
But that's not something you're doing.
But that's not dogging. I'm not saying it's not.
That is dogging.
That's not dogging.
How isn't it?
Because she didn't open the door and he was just clapping her from behind. Like
I mean,
that's not dogging.
So if she would have saw him fucking, then it would have been different.
That would have been crazier than it actually was. But that's not dogging.
Listen, that would be the same thing because you're gonna assume that guess what? He's cracking it, right? Yeah.
If you come, if we play the scenario of where you see happen.
Can we play the scenario how the wasting happen, or are we gonna get banned for
I
that?
don't know.
I don't focus on people in their movies, man.
Yeah, I don't know. They might try to come
That's
first.
wow.
But if you fucking bro, if you just in you just go to Shorty crib, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, we in the 90s. We gotta go through this all over again. We're in the 90s. So if I call you and be like, yo, we about to go have dinner at 8, whatever, that's it. So if I come at 8 and they already got the plan to go and eat or whatever, it's just a fucked up situation. It's just one of those situations you can't really explain. But you can tell I didn't really want nothing from her because I mean, like, yo, you want to come through too? Like,
how can you tell?
Because I said, yo, do you want to come through too? like, I don't know. Maybe am I missing something?
He cheated on her and
he did not dog her.
And had the nerve. He emotionally invested into another woman outside of his relationship.
He didn't emotionally invest.
You did. You just said, right? Because that's the only reason why he called her. So she was there, and then she wasn't there. So he went and got somebody that would be there for him emotionally.
Obviously, it was a jealous type. Obviously. So you
saying what I'm saying?
So, no.
The fucking dog. You do it
just all the time.
And that's why all bitches, right?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because if you like, let's say you just a regular nigga, you feel me, and you in a relationship, all that type shit, right? And you feel like you yourself know that you're not giving your girl your all or whatever the case may be.
So let me say this, right? So say you in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And your girl is going through something right now. But you got something that you gotta do that's gonna set you up for life. Then in your eyes, you don't know what the future holds. You just know this is what you're.
But see, that's not.
But look. This is what you've been doing for your whole life. You feel me? This is your opportunity to get to where you gotta go. So you try to live your life, but they're telling you gotta do better. And somebody that you love, your person that you're going with, that you've been cool with since a kid, you always had their back. You couldn't do it for one time, right? And then next time you go pop up on your girl and shit, and she there chilling with another nigga, and then she like, oh yeah, we about to dip out. You coming?
Bro, no, because
You mean no?
But no, if you know I'm first off, we not gonna act like just because she went in at that fucking curfew is why she was the fucking start point on her team. She got lucky. She really got lucky
to do with it, bro.
Yes,
at the end of the day, look. At the end of the day, why she got it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she had it.
She got
She
lucky.
needed to stay in curfew to stay there, right?
She got lucky, bro.
Okay, that's okay.
You know how many motherfuckers and
That's
they
even more. That's even more of a reason for her to go to curfew because she got lucky. She like, damn, I got lucky. I gotta make this shit.
No, you got lucky after the fact of the shit happening. You got lucky after the fact.
That wasn't lucky. She lost her nigga.
Bro, you got lucky. So what was important to you? Basketball.
No.
You're like, what are we missing here? Like, you got no. And then you sit here and keep on trying to put it on the mom too. Like, no, I'm not.
You tried to put it on the dad. And I said, listen, at the end of the day, they both had fucked up parents at the end of the day.
But her parents were not fucked up. I'm telling you, they were not fucked up.
How?
They were not fucked up, bro. What do you mean how? They didn't do nothing to her. They wanted her to be a little bit more girly. Is that too much to ask for your daughter?
Okay, one, not only that, and just because they're not fucked up directly to you, saying other things affect kids' mind. So it's not just what you do to them, it's what they see around you, the type of environment they grow up in, what they see their parents go through. You gotta really understand shit like that.
Oh
You
my
really gotta do, bro. You gotta do.
Bro, she grew up in a good home. Both of her parents were there. They made it seem like her mom did not give a fuck about her, not one single bit. Her mom was at like 2 of the 3 games that they showed, and then she missed the one. And then you come home mad as hell, and I'm just gonna assume it's not about basketball. Like, that's all you care about is basketball, right? I'm sorry, I didn't know you. I'm sorry.
We already said that point was valid at the end of the day.
Okay.
But
So what did the mom do to her? How did they both have fucked up parents?
what do you mean? Just like he was upset that his dad lied to him because his dad was cheating.
Nobody lied to her. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Nobody had to lie to her, but for her as a female to watch her mother be treated like that by a man, and her mom's telling her to be like that, and she's like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want nobody to treat me like that. What the fuck?
How was the mom? See, now this is what you keep dancing around this shit.
Yo,
How
can I
was the
pull it
mom
up?
treated?
Can I
The
pull it
dad
up?
did not do nothing to
Can I
her.
pull it up, bro? Can I pull it up? I really wish I can so I can show you.
I don't know if you did.
But I don't think you watched the movie, bro. When the last
I just watched the movie when we were just talking about it. I watched the movie. I was a little fucked up, but I still watched the
He
movie.
was a little fucked up.
I was sitting there talking to my girl because I was sitting there talking to my girl ear off about this shit. I was sitting there in the movie for like 2 hours. Bro, I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. You don't feel me. You don't feel me. You don't feel what I'm saying. And then my mom coming back and trying to motherfucking talk to me and be on
And
this
you
nigga
still
like,
trying to argue with her. That means you arguing with your mom right now. What's wrong
I
with
am.
you? Rule
I
number one,
argue
guys.
with her,
Never argue with your
but
mother.
while we right here,
She watching you.
talking again. I'm talking motherfucking in front of the world. She got that shit while we right there.
You heard that shit.
Mm.
Shit, nigga, I don't know what you seen. I know what I seen.
You can't tell her nothing. And she just agreeing with this thing. I'm on the phone like, this is just despicable. Oh, both just disgust me. Like,
I really wish I could play.
go ahead. Just don't
doing what?
when it don't have the music. If you know to play that song about the whole damn movie. Shit.
Free us, bitch. Don't free us, bitch. We just trying to get it right. You feel me? We just get rolling, nigga.
Yeah, I went on here, right? Talk about like having whole white fucking like they reacted and reviewed the whole movie.
Okay.
What?
What? My sister's bringing the baby by later, so
Who's a girl?
be nice to be around.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her.
Need help?
Let me see.
No, I can manage. Thank you.
And I think this ain't even gonna count because this is too soon. It'll too much later.
Nah,
Let's do it.
Yeah, you met her?
nothing of that didn't do shit to it.
His mother had a
When she
birth
said that,
in
Terry
his
said,
back.
she said. He said, she said.
He can do a lot better if you ask me.
So what do I do?
Find out where they're registered and send them again.
Whatever.
See, look,
Is that still your answer to everything?
Yeah, when you come at me with bullshit like that.
Oh no. Are they cursing their mom?
your mom crazy, like she ain't say nothing to you.
I don't even know why you asked.
I asked, but why does it always have to be so damn prissy?
What do you want me to say, Monica? Go over there and beat up the girl? You gonna have sex with him? Because I'm not gonna do it. Yes, I think decorum is important. And yes, I'd rather bake a pie than shoot a stupid jump up shot. If that makes me too prissy for you, then that's just too damn bad.
So that's why we can't get along? Because I'd rather shoot a stupid jump shot?
You ones always turning your nose up at me.
No, I don't.
Oh, yes. Female superstar athlete whose mother is nothing but a housewife.
That's not it.
Oh, don't tell me you're not ashamed of
You said this to her.
I remember when I was 8 years old. You spent like 4 hours cooking up this big fancy meal. And I guess you and Dad got your wires crossed or something, because in he walks with a couple of pizzas. And you didn't say anything.
What is? Shut up!
You
Shut up!
never
Shut up!
for yourself. Ever.
Listen, because you're not listening. I'm
Oh
not gonna do
my
back.
God.
Listen.
Like, bro, this
I'm
is
sorry.
tough. Did we hear them say this shit?
Look, listen, bro.
Oh
Just
my
listen.
God.
Bro, listen.
Never
Go ahead.
stood up for
You
yourself.
can't listen. You can't talk.
I'm listening.
You didn't say anything. You never stood up for yourself. Ever. If I was ashamed, it was because of that.
that is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is not being a caterer. So your husband can feel like a man knowing his woman's home cooking and ironing his drawers. Damn it!
Oh, Monica.
So
What?
what?
Like,
What? So what brings me what all that said, what, like she said, at the age of 8 years old, she's realizing like, okay, I want to be like my mom, and then my mom is doing all this shit because she loved my dad. And
Oh, so let me go on with that.
because she's teaching me how to be a woman, right? And this is how women are going to be treated. I don't want to be like that.
But
That's what she said. That's literally what she said.
Oh, okay.
Now you have somebody trying to force that on you for the rest of your life.
Now listen, that point of view that you're going with, okay, that's very acceptable. But what I'm saying to you,
No, it's acceptable.
no, because that actually does happen, but not in her case. That did not happen.
She just said it.
Oh my God. Over a fucking pizza, bro.
She gave a simple
Over a
example.
pizza.
Just imagine that's a simple example.
Bro, you could have used the fucking example that we actually see. That wasn't even, all right.
I could have find it on here. That's what I was going to do.
So listen, right? So she was getting her hair done. All right, cool. The mom was in there helping. Well, the sister was doing her hair, and then the mom was in there talking to her. Whatever. The dad walked in and was like, "Oh, what shirt should I use? What shirt should I wear? Whatever the case." And she was like, that. And he was like, all right, both of them, just in case you change your mind. What is like?
Just in case who changed their mind.
You-
Because it was his clothes, right? Why did they can't iron his own clothes? He like, here, bitch, iron my shit.
What do you?
Both of them. What do you mean?
Now it's here.
Treating her like a slave. That's what she said. Because I want to be a fucking maid to a nigga.
So you telling me grandma never washed clothes and none of that? You know?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, then. So that was that old school
But you know,
traditional relationship.
but you know, he also ironed his own goddamn clothes too, right?
What is the big deal that you keep on trying to make out of nothing? Oh, she didn't say nothing. Oh, they gotta eat. Let me order a pizza. Oh, she didn't say she was cooking. Let me order a pizza. Like, what are we talking about, right? You're like, what are we doing?
What I'm
What are
saying
we
is, right, when a motherfuckers feel like they're being mistreated, and you have a child seeing that, it can be detrimental to the child about how they go about their life.
When actual shit happens, bro.
It doesn't have to be some big shit, because that's what you don't understand. You're young, you don't get it, bro. You young, you don't get it. It's a lot of shit that happens on a daily basis that's really tiny that sticks with a person, literally.
That's okay, but something
No,
like that
it's not.
should traumatize you.
You don't, just because it don't traumatize you, don't traumatize somebody else, bro.
Someone ordering
Something,
you know,
something like, no, this is what one thing you gotta understand about life, bro. Something that is very, very, very difficult for you, right, is going to be extremely easy for the next person. And then vice versa. Something that's extremely, extremely, extremely easy for you is going to be very, very hard for the next person. Because no one on this planet is the same.
Now,
So I'm just saying, man. Some shit you can handle, some other people can handle, and vice versa.
now, we have already sat down these conversations about our past trauma. Charles, we done talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Now compare that shit
What
to
does that
ordering a
mean?
fucking pizza when your mom cooked and you didn't know that she cooked.
What does
That-
that mean? For them, that was their lifestyle. That was their worries. I get it. Nigga, she ain't have nobody shooting out her fucking windows in her house. I get that shit. But they never lived in that neighborhood. So that's their troubles. That was their trouble. He didn't have no troubles either. He found out that his dad was cheating and he wasn't ever home. What the fuck is
That
he bitching
is more
about?
traumatized. Like, are
The
we
people that you look up to is not who the fuck they are and who you're trying to mimic anymore.
okay? More
That
traumatizing.
is the same
than
thing.
you sitting here saying, "Oh, you never stuck up for yourself."
So look, right?
So why do you want
So
your
look,
mom to be
right?
so fucking combative? Because
Because-
you're combative.
No.
You want everybody. You want your fucking ability and your
No.
fuck that shit to be everybody else.
She wanted her mom to be respected. That's all.
Yo, bro, listen to me, because you're pissing me off. I ain't even gonna lie to you, you're pissing me off. You're pissing me off because what in the fuck is this whole respect shit we really sitting here talking about?
What? So you
Like,
think women don't
we
need
just
respect, bro?
No. See, now you're not gonna put that. That's what you're not.
Sorry,
I'm saying- Nah, bro. I'm saying he fucking this nigga, right? He could have made you a baby mom. Just that. That alone.
I mean,
He couldn't have been in your child's life. Both of them.
Okay.
He was still there.
What does that mean?
He married you.
Because he did what he was supposed to do. We need to stop giving out fucking trophies for motherfuckers doing what they supposed to do. At the end of the day, but that doesn't mean they get a trophy for doing it. Good.
It's not a trophy, but don't make it seem like I'm a fucking badass dad. When all I did
We're not saying you're a bad dad. Rebuttals. We're not saying it's a
You're
bad.
saying I'm a bad dad and he didn't do shit to her. That mom didn't do nothing to her. And she's in her last senior year game of her seat. Like, this is the last, this is it. This is it for you. If you're in your last game and you have not thought of nothing, you have not been recruited by nobody, you have not thought of no backup plan at
How
all.
many people do that, bro?
You did. And that's how they get their fucking hearts broken. But they fall into that one game and that's it.
And some people don't, bro. It's literally only recently that people have started doing that to say, hey, it might be smart to do a backup because
Nigga, come on. Don't
it's too crowded now. Because no, we talking about the 90s, right? We talking about the 90s.
So y'all wasn't here.
When I was going in school,
What y'all heard about it back
in the
y'all?
2000s.
What y'all
In the 2000s, I approached Y2K.
did? Even with the
Nah,
impression.
post Y2K.
Wait.
Post Y2K, I'm not saying.
Did. Even with your accolades
It was my accolades.
that you have, you telling me?
So that's a 20-year difference?
What do you mean that's a 20-year
When
difference?
did the movie come out?
2000.
Okay, so that's 12-year difference. That's a 12-year difference
Shit,
of a
nigga.
lot of shit that changes, yes.
So you telling me the way your
You know when the American school system was created?
So you're telling me the way you was raised changed in 12 years?
What? Yes. Duh.
I'm not talking about the shit around you. I'm not talking about technology. I'm not talking about none of that other shit. From the time you were older, I mean, from the time you was younger, all the way up until like once you stop, you know what I'm saying? Like your mom, you and your mom wasn't like as mother and son, like you started branching off doing your own thing type shit. So you're telling me in that 12-year span, you saw a difference in the way that your mom parented you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes.
I feel like you're not really like hearing the question. Like, you're not.
I'm saying yes, it is. It's not registering as an answer. I don't know.
No, bro. Because me and you and Javante literally just talking about how grandma raised us. Right?
Okay. We're talking about grandma.
Can we just say their relationship sucked?
Their relationship had 18
How
years.
did
He was getting, he was dogging the shit out of her.
No, I'm not talking about between the mother and daughter, bro. They just
They did.
they had a trash relationship with each
It
other.
was just you didn't
That
communicate.
is
Bro.
normal in the black community.
It is normal.
And isn't it normal in
Something
the
that
black
is
community?
also normal in just regular communities is just the smallest, dumbest things will
Okay,
traumatize.
so just
Well,
don't come back like don't come back like you're.
Did you not hear the last thing she just said? Did you not hear what he said?
I didn't see it.
You what, bro?
Say it again. You didn't hear that last part.
Literally, the smallest, dumbest things, bro, will mean the most. I swear to God, bro.
I mean, yeah. Because that's all I'm saying. Like,
It's
this
ridiculous.
movie's been out for like 20-something years, and it was the first time.
I just, bro, look, I've been quiet, bro. I told y'all niggas already, bro. Like, the movies was alright. You know what I'm saying? It was alright.
So when you see, so here's my thing to you, and I'm glad we're just piggybacking right now, because to me and D both came to the conclusion that that was a black cultural classic. So if you don't feel that way, what is your top 5 movies?
Top five.
As far as black culture classics.
I'm not the guy to actually think movies that we talking about.
You know, it's something for that reason.
I never said it sucked, bro. I said
It was for that reason, and I think you did say that. Well, you said,
yeah.
okay. So what is your
movie type shit?
what is your definition of a like great black cultural film?
Menace to Society. Shit.
The wood.
I like the wood.
Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Don't be a menace in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
I don't like that. only because that's not what that was shooting.
But we were supposed to be doing movies too, anyway, right?
That's another movie.
Yeah.
That is a movie. You feel me? But shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the best person to ask about that type of shit because like my interests go like all around the board. So it's like, and I've never been like the biggest movie nigga for like.
Damn, that's crazy.
Never been the biggest movie nigga.
Niggas love wood.
Movies, yeah, nigga, we was kids and shit. You know, I watched the kid movies and shit. We ain't gonna bring up the orange VHS tape. You feel me? I'm not even gonna say the name and shit. Just the orange VHS tape. You know what I'm saying? Real niggas know what that shit is, bro. I don't even gotta say it.
Damn, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you trying to think, bro.
Because it was like, me and him has to talk about him being a middle child, but I feel like personally I am. Because I got to experience what y'all experienced, and then
You didn't get the experience what we experienced.
yes, I did.
Because we got to experience shit above us.
Like what?
Like the shit that like they got to experience, like fucking pagers and shit.
Yeah, yo, that was not a cool time.
I feel like
That really was not a good time. Pagers, bro.
that was only because I was just turning like,
Bro, that shit, bro.
but that was still around. That was still around.
Like I specifically,
barely.
I remember I literally went around with my
around
dad and shit, bro.
Church shit.
Like that's crazy.
Remember the church shit? Where you at?
Yo, nah. All time. All time. That's all time, bro. You feel me? Beautiful. What? Where you at, bitch?
Yo, I was at work and somebody was walking through the hallway and I was like,
So what the fuck?
They got apps, nigga. They got apps like that shit.
Like boxing.
Yeah, man. Gangsta had that app and shit. Everybody have it. You feel me? Niggas just chirp you random times of the night and shit. Trying to
Nobody got rid of that, right? Couldn't trace you.
Send the traces.
Because it couldn't trace you.
Hey man, listen, man. You don't need to trace me.
That and the BlackBerry, they could not get into them.
Yeah, I know. That's why they had to get BlackBerry the fuck out of here and shit. You feel me? It's not popular no more. Shout out to BlackBerry.
Shout out BlackBerry.
Feel me? They did y'all niggas in though. But I'll never buy another BlackBerry.
Shit, they could go Sprint. Sure, that motherfucker never seen the light.
I'm so upset with that, bro. Y'all niggas don't know, bro. I was with Sprint for 10 years, nigga.
Damn.
Like, I was with Sprint for a long time, cuz.
That nigga had a bench.
Over, bro. All that shit ain't been the same, nigga.
Yeah, that nigga,
Yeah, I was been crazy. With them niggas forever. It was
Sprint stuff.
you an OG because Sprint was
No, I'm talking about now. Talking about now.
Fuck no.
T-Mobile don't fuck them niggas.
Fuck no, that shit.
Somebody
Bad. You don't get service nowhere, bitch. Y'all should have kept Sprint towers. Everybody to me, you feel me? Y'all use T-Mobile towers and shit like that. Shit ass. I got T-Mobile now, bitch. I don't get service out here, man.
Bro, they don't get service nowhere no more, bro.
It's them solar flares, nigga. Y'all wasn't listening to me.
I wasn't.
Them goddamn solar flares. Remember we was talking about
the
yeah, and not having your corn.
I told you, bro, I'm still on the farm, bro. Fuck all that other shit. Niggas got me chopped Tarzan out of this bitch. Yeah, I got the dreads already. Shit, you feel me? Nigga just got put on 50 pounds.
You think lose? I think he was kind of skinny, right?
Huh?
He was kind of skinny, right?
Nigga, I'm like 175, nigga. I mean,
Right.
I'm like the perfect size. I need an extra 50, nigga. I've been
Tarzan?
Yeah, bro.
Nah.
You gotta tone up.
You said extra what?
See, he don't get it, bro. Like, see, I don't know how he gonna get it. He's a skinny nigga, bro. Like, what, bro? Like, bro, you add the 50, that's all.
But
muscle
that's
shit. Like,
not Tarzan.
what you mean, bro?
Tarzan
was
right.
Tarzan was
Hercules.
bro. Bro, I think that 50 gonna look crazy on me. Hell no. It's going all the right places type shit. You feel me? You feel me? Tone everything up. You get what I'm saying? Just add a little, you know what I mean? Like,
No contour.
hmm?
No contour.
I don't even know what that word means. Sheesh. Listen, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh
my God.
This nigga finished college, so I didn't. You feel me? I ain't
Here
finished
we
college.
go.
This nigga did.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, right? This is the best thing about this world that we live in. We live in a world of information where you could do this.
Yeah, I know. You love doing
Does
Google, huh?
contour me. And you can find anything, bro.
You can learn anything. We have the greatest tool in the world right here at our.
I mean, read the definition.
Apply makeup to the cheek.
Huh?
That's the only time I've ever heard of contour. Contour. Like,
Contour.
I'm a contour my
And
face.
outline
That's
exactly.
couture, nigga, or some shit.
No,
like
it's
that.
contour. Especially one representing
It's
about
that
the
shit,
shape
bro.
or form or something. Yes.
Shit crazy.
So you know what it means.
Like, I couldn't give you a
You
definition.
know, it's like say I wanted to go and get my jaw
That's like all the way
you're gonna
in the back of the word library in your head type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go looking for that shit back there, cause like, and the librarian don't even help you. They just look at you.
Shit, I only use it in a sentence.
Like, shit, yeah, real, man.
I got niggas this because my class just had a little reunion thing. But yeah,
What, your graduation class?
yeah.
Niggas do that? My
But
class.
so like, y'all miss high school? Like now that y'all
What do you mean by miss high
I
school?
missed it.
do you everything good that came with high school? You took the bad as well. Would you go back and do it again?
I have.
What? You go ahead and do it again.
He would have been. He would have been.
Bro, you no, that's crazy. So even with all the shit you done did, if you had one more senior year, you wouldn't go back.
You wouldn't utilize it. You sick of it, huh?
Not sick of it, but I don't know. Sometimes I used to think like that. Like at the end of the day, what did I get from high school?
What you were supposed to get, nigga.
Experience.
You know what you're supposed to get, and you know where you're supposed to be.
How did I get that from high school though?
If y'all look up Yavon Cotton on Google, y'all see all the nigga achievements and all that.
But at the end of the day, again, what did they actually teach me about this world?
But it's not about really teaching. It's just
It is.
about
It's an institution. You're supposed to be teaching me something.
come on, keep it
About
real.
What I
Keep
think
it real. You did
It's
not
me.
learn.
I learned a lot. I actually learned a lot. I didn't. The only thing about me was I didn't do my homework. Once I was out of school, I was like, listen, I'm out of school. I'm out of school. Why are you giving me work to do at home? And then I would do it out of class. And they kicked me out of class because I was doing my homework that was due tomorrow for the day in class.
that's better.
I don't know. So, but the point is, they didn't teach me the real shit that you actually need to live and succeed out here as a person.
Yeah.
And then they tell you that college is supposed to do that too, but 60% of people that graduated college don't even use what
they
degree is.
graduated for. That's why I didn't finish.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even going to use
Why?
this shit.
But again,
That shit's crazy.
when you realize how long ago the American education system was created, you'd be like, oh, well, I guess these niggas out here just practicing with us, experimenting.
Nah, they are.
Literally.
But see, bro, when I think about it, like I'm not more so thinking about it for all the bullshit school aspects of it.
Yeah, that's what. Thank
It's
you,
like
Carl.
more so.
Thank
It's
you.
more so about the
This nigga
experience,
Morpheus over here.
the information that I know now. I could utilize it different.
But you're not gonna know that information. Are you saying we go back in time with this information?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you had a chance, fucking thing just pop up.
But are you going back with the same mind you had now, or are you just redoing it like you're jumping?
I can't go back to the same mind I had now.
That's what I'm saying. Are you going back with the mind you had now, or are you going back to like your original how you was then?
If I did go back,
Well, that would kind of defeat the purpose if you went all the way back.
I mean, some people want redos without having to redo.
I don't
They
want
just
that
want to
kind of
live the same thing twice because they
I don't want that kind of
happy with their kind of
I
life.
need to know what's coming, my boy.
I'll probably.
I like the experiences that I had though, but nah, I can't do it.
I don't understand. I feel like I should have just made a lot more.
I sucked in high school. I don't go back to that shit.
True. Okay. Okay, we got him.
Can't do that. I do have a question for the both of y'all though, 'cause I really want to hear y'all opinions for this.
What up now?
Why do men cheat? What is your personal takes on why you think men cheat?
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
Why would a man? What would cause a man to cheat? Obviously, he's not happy, so I guess unhappiness, not being satisfied, right? Some men are just dogs, so
What if I were to tell you that some niggas are scared?
scared.
What do you mean by scared?
Define scared.
So let's say we're not in a place where like we live together or anything like that. So no matter what you do, if you're off this phone, I don't know what you're doing in your meantime. So the thought of that you could be doing any fucking thing in the world would scare you to death. To the point where you're like,
I get what you're saying.
she's probably doing whatever the fuck she wants to do. So,
So I'm not supposed to do whatever.
yeah.
Nah, that's-
What you
I don't see that as scared though, bro. I just
I
see
see
that
that
as
being
that
the
nigga
reason.
insecure.
Is that
Because
insecure?
yeah,
Is that insecurity though?
It's insecurity to
Well,
an extent, bro.
So if your gut is telling you something like that,
All right, gut feeling is different from insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Like Because a gut feeling is really something that's really just gonna come out of
But what if
nowhere.
you have a gut feeling and you just ignore it?
Because you're
Oh, if you have a gut feeling, you ignore it and shit, and it ends up being true, you're a sucker.
But
never. Whoa, whoa.
Who told you not to listen to yourself? You dumbass. You a sucker, dog. It's like
You motherfucker, you the motherfucker in my head talking about my insecurities, nigga. You.
But nah.
So it makes sense. It makes sense. It's
Nah, but see, I'm the type of man that shit, you feel me? Like, I listen to my gut. I don't play that shit, bro. My gut ain't never wrong type shit. So it's like, if you sit here, you keep getting that gut punch that's telling you like, oh, something ain't right, and you still there.
But that's you being insecure. You should be secure enough to know that. What do you mean?
but everything in
Gut feelings is usually true, like insecure.
But how do you
Insecure.
know the difference between trust feelings and insecurity?
What do you mean?
Teach.
Insecure niggas, bro. Like when it comes to them, like all they do is worry about what this bitch might do, type shit. What, not what she did do, but what could happen.
What do you mean with shit? Like,
Bro, they're obsessed. They're obsessed with the fact that there's a possibility that because she's human, it's like there's a possibility that she could cheat. You get what I'm saying?
exactly.
But it's like at the end of the day, it's like that's what they obsess with instead of actually being with this individual. You know what I'm saying? A gut feeling is when you guys are actually just you're in a relationship. Like you're secure in who you are, you're confident in who you are, but you get that gut feeling that something just isn't right. It's completely different from somebody sweating a bitch to the point where it's like, nigga,
What if you sweat because you got that?
I don't want to hear that, bro. You sweating this bitch. You want to know every fucking move this bitch making, doing all this extra shit. Like, bitch, she posts, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Or something. She posts, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Don't why do you need to let everybody know that? Because you want somebody to fucking send you some food, or you want somebody to bring you some food.
Don't do that, cuz. Don't do that, cuz.
Come on, bro. You
Because you didn't even let me finish, bro. Because
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't even throw that in there.
I'm talking about, so she just posted, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Didn't even get responses of that nature. Didn't even get any responses. Just a regular plain, I'm hungry text. And you're gonna flip out. Like, the fuck? Like, what?
But
what
why? So let me.
Are you flipping out for?
So let me.
Did she say, where the niggas at? I need some food right now type shit? No. All the niggas said was, damn, I'm hungry. I should go make something. Like, the fuck? Like, regular status shit. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga's flipping his wig. Almost pulled his fucking hair out. Bro, you're
That's not something to flip your hair out about.
And that's what insecure niggas do. So what you talking about? Like, that's what they do. A nigga that's really chilling in his own body, not worried about what the fuck be going on, but just got a weird feeling like something like really seem off because something really is off. That's a nigga that got a good feeling.
But
He's not insecure.
But he could be being insecure.
Because he's probably had this gut feeling in the past about somebody else, and he actually turned out to be
Experience,
right.
bro.
But
Experience,
But
bro.
this
That's
time
not- that
is
is a-
giving him the same vibe. This time is giving him the same vibe,
you have
but he just so happens to not have no proof or nothing right along with
when you have experiences of those natures, that doesn't bring an insecurity into the equation. Like this shit has actually happened to me. You get what I'm saying? That's trust issues, my nigga. Like
exactly.
that doesn't. You're not insecure.
A lot of the time, trust issues cause insecurity.
Bro, what are you talking about?
A lot of the times, trust issues,
Bro,
cause insecurity.
You have no, bro.
Because the word
Having trust
insecurity
issues
is being
does
thrown
not mean
around
you're
so
insecure,
loose.
bro. Like you're basically telling me that things that literally traumatized you, you're insecure about now because you have PTSD. Fuck out of here. That sounds crazy, my boy. That sounds crazy.
Keep
You're
talking
not
about
insecure
No,
about
no. Keep talking about the kill him, yo. Keep talking about the kill him. Didn't you just try to tell me that the whole pizza shit with Sanaa Lathan that was traumatizing and that?
I was about to say that too, guys. I was about to say, hey, listen, somebody can take something better than somebody else. What you mean?
Nah, bro. Nah.
Everybody's brain is different.
Nah, bro. Because when some shit when some fucked up shit happens to you, it's always possible that shit can happen again. So at the end of the day, a person having PTSD and shit from those type of situations, that does not make you insecure. Trust issues does not make you insecure.
It's the same thing in my
You
opinion.
not
Just like
being,
he said.
nah, bro. You not being comfortable in who you are as a person, and
But how
literally,
is you sweating?
and literally sweating and controlling your
But how
partner.
is that? But how is you sweating and being obsessed about your female?
Not in a positive
Not
way.
you.
I'm
How is
talking
that?
not in a positive way.
What do you mean? Not in a positive.
What do you mean? Like they're so overbearing that it's detrimental to this person's relationship. It's detrimental to how they look at everything. They're not fucking happy anymore because this nigga wants to control every aspect of their life. Women do the same thing to certain men as well. Like that shit is insecure. That's insecurities. Like you act like you can't live without this individual when there was a moment in time when you didn't know they existed. Like, bro, that you're insecure, bro. That's insecure. Like me literally putting my trust in a person that I care about, and then them literally using that trust and destroying it by doing everything you possibly can to literally traumatize and disrespect an individual. That's trust issues right there. You're not insecure because somebody used your good faith and your good heart and literally broke and shattered that bitch. Like nigga,
But the truth is, you could make somebody insecure.
So wait, hold on. Because someone else's trauma traumatized you.
what do you mean?
So let's say I've seen you be done dirty by your girl, but I have not said anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
So me seeing that, and then you just so happen to love this girl, you're happy around her and all this other stuff. Okay, so I'm seeing that you are going to be traumatized by the time that this is over if this ever gets back to you. So me seeing that, now I'm going into a relationship like, oh man, I just saw Charles get fucking shitted on. So let me go ahead and have my own walls there and go. So this female don't do the same thing that Charles' female
That's
did.
viable. That actually occurs with certain people.
Exactly.
But I don't look at that as insecure. Like you literally just you seen with your own eyes. Like, you literally just seen what's possible to happen.
But maybe the people that
But
are
the
insecure have already
you're like shit. You on your P's and Q's. Like you got to make sure you're vetting the right individuals. So yeah, at first, like the wall up. What you talking about? Like doesn't make you insecure. Like insecure is when you say you're doing the absolute most for the dumbest shit in the world. Like,
Okay.
so you get what I'm saying? Like you're wilding out. Like Shorty can't even go across the street to the corner store. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't know how to fucking leave her by herself. Type shit. Like that's insecure, my boy. Like
The yellow. I don't know.
like, I'm just saying, bro, when it comes to like really just looking at how all that shit plays out, bro, I don't see having trust issues and really having like traumatic situations happen to you. That doesn't make you an insecure person. Like you're really looking at individuals different because a lot of things have happened. It can happen again, first and foremost. And shit, the way it's 2023, everyone's heart rate's everyone's out here. Yeah, nigga, because everybody don't give a fuck. This world is gutted, yo. It's a tough ass world, bro. Like, shit is cutthroat as fuck right now, bro. So it's like at the end of the day, like, why you can't fuck call me insecure because I don't want you out here slamming me the fuck out. Back doors open, all this extra shit going on, nigga. No, like, I have to know that I can trust you, like, point blank, period. That's completely different from me being on some nut shit all day. Like, yo, what you doing? Like, what do you mean what I'm doing?
All right, so
So you're in the living room. I'm in my bed. Like you get what I'm saying? Like you motherfuckers in the same house, but the niggas on your body so goddamn bad. You didn't know you every fucking move. Like you can't even look to the bathroom.
I feel like that's different than.
That literally happens.
That's more obsessive than insecure. That's different. That's different. That's obsessive. That's not insecure. Insecure is different. Totally sure about the total different things. Total different definitions.
People don't know. I'm trying to tell you. I've seen people like that. Insecure person that doesn't want to lose an individual to that extent. They do shit like that.
All right, so since we're on this topic, Jonah Hill, did you see what happened with him reading?
Yes, he was a very controlling person.
What?
Nah, I'm fucking with you. He got boundaries, bro. Like, you know, at the end of the day, bro, he's allowed to have boundaries and shit. I just had to do that because people been dogging and shit. But nah, like, at the end of the day, like I'm now.
So I'm trying to help. But it's that insecurities though, because he has told her.
Not yes, he did have some insecurities, but he has boundaries, but he's insecure about some of those boundaries. Can't even lie to you. Like, how can you pick a girl in that profession, but then don't want her to do those things that are required in that profession?
Maybe the fuck I didn't know that she was a server.
Jonah, nigga.
Maybe I didn't know that she was a server.
No. That was already the information was already out there. That was a part of the vetting process. He already knew what she did as a profession before they started dating. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like everything was cool at first, and then as time goes, this is what controlling insecurity.
And then what? He told her he can't be with her no more.
Yeah, he told her he got this whole fucking list of things that you know what I'm saying. He doesn't want her to partake in if you want this relationship to continue. I respect the man that has boundaries. I respect the man that has that wants things a certain way, the same way a woman does. You know what I'm saying? They want things a certain way as well. Everyone has their preferences and choices, but there's levels to this shit. And he was a little intellectual. You know what I'm saying? A little intellectual with this shit. At the end of the day, you know what the fuck she does. So what is all this hoopla about? Go and find someone else. You know what I'm saying?
No, because that's real. Look, if I can fucking tell you, well, if I can tell the girl, all right, well, don't do this. And you go ahead and you don't do that shit because I told you how to do it. That's the real shit.
Look, I get that, but it's like if you want things a certain way, find someone that's down to oblige those things.
Exactly, that's all he told her.
Yeah, but you see where all of this goes. Now she called this man controlling and all of these things. Now if he did more than what we know, then it's like that changes her viewpoint. You get what I'm saying? But like, come on now, like what I've seen and shit, you just cause you did a little extra shit. You feel me? You gotta remember he white, he fat and shit. Like his weight.
What that got to do with it?
His weight fluctuate all the time, bro.
No way.
Insecure about himself. You
No
know what I'm
way,
saying?
because-
whether you're a celebrity, an actor, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself and shit. Nah, let me stop disrespecting you because you really is you funny, cool dude, funny dude. But it's like, come on, like be serious, bro.
So hold on, let me ask you this real quick because I asked my other shit. I said, so with like we know how we saw Drew Hill in the beginning stages. For a nigga to work that hard to lose that much weight, do you think that he has a
self-esteem issue?
what I want to say a self-esteem issue? That's not the correct.
I don't know he has one.
But why would he have one? Why would he have one?
He's Jonah Hill.
Why wouldn't he?
Why would he?
Everyone's human.
Nigga, I lost.
Yeah. Certain people have like you come on, bro. Everyone has insecurities about their bodies, whether they want to admit to it or not.
I mean, yeah, but like that would like not all my body shit
It's
that I
not
do.
like it's not like you feel me. He was the most popular, all of these type of things growing up and shit. Yes, he became a successful, you feel me, actor and these things. It brings you to a certain status, but we've had this conversation before. Money doesn't fix everything. Like money can fix a lot of things, but when it comes to your personal mental issues that you've grown up with and you have to mentally overcome, like those things just don't disappear. Whether you lost weight or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just shit.
I don't know, man. I just feel like if I go on a tear like that and lose that much fucking weight, couldn't nobody tell me shit. And whatever which I want, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, couldn't nobody really tell me shit.
Yeah, me personally, one time a wealthy man, you know, I'm just keep it a band. Like, I will expect things a certain way. When it comes to a lot of things, I'm just gonna say, look, if you're not with the program, I'm out of here. Me personally, I'm the type of man that's gonna do everything he needs to do for his woman. So I'm going to expect things a certain way. If you don't want, you feel me, to handle these things for me, you feel me, just, you know, to make me happy knowing that I will throw the mile for you, I'm gonna go and get me someone else. I have the ability to finance to do so. You want to see
So it felt like, but they said that he was doing that for her. Look, he was doing the financial financials for her, and
Yeah.
you talk to her, and you,
And see, and that adds a whole nother thing to this, because like when you think about it, bro, look, bro, you got somebody paying all the finances, man.
like the minute they decide not to do that,
Kind of lose a say so in a lot of the situation,
Which
because
is
you
why-
don't want to be an adult. You get what I'm saying? Like,
So
you want somebody to take care of you and do all of these things, shit. Now look, if from that aspect, if he's literally handling all of these things, like you're working, you're doing your thing, but you get to keep your money, bro, you better do what the fuck that motherfucker say. And that goes
But how
for
you-
either you a man or a woman.
and all I told you was just don't surf with niggas. Don't
When it comes to that aspect of it, what you better do what the fuck that boy asked you to do, goddamn. He hungry, go make him a sandwich. Like fuck is you talking about? And when the rules is vice versa, just so y'all don't think I'm fucking, I expect the same goddamn thing. If you live with your goddamn girlfriend or your baby mama at her crib, and she go to work and you stay at home, my boy, when she get home, the house better be clean. You better have the dishes done. She better have fucking her plate better be made, nigga. And you better have that bathroom. So at the end of the day,
you better be ready to give it to her too, man.
Yeah,
Rubber
bro.
feet,
You
all
gotta
that
know.
shit, bro.
All you got to offer is dick. So you better give her the best she ever had. I'm trying to tell you, my boy. Like,
Because if not, somebody has a job going to.
Straight
Straight
like
like
that.
that.
Both ways. Nah, you don't even want that to happen to your ass out of you. What you talking about? Like, don't let her get some new shit. You gotta give it like you like depend on it. Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, that's the situation y'all be wanting to put yourselves in. So you can't call a man controlling when you gave him all the power. Like,
So,
period.
that go back. Oh man, I ain't about to go back. Ain't even about to go back.
what you got to say?
That goes back into why she was traumatized. Cause she had to see some shit. She like, man, I don't want to live like that. Mom's like, no, baby, this is all you got going for you. Like, no, you ain't going to the NBA. You gonna sit here and you gonna let these motherfuckers control you.
But not once did she fucking tell her that. Like, that's the craziest shit to me. Not once did she fucking say that. Not once. Not once did she say, oh, baby, you won't be the best housewife.
She said it, but just not in so many words. You know, people can say shit without saying shit, but I'm just talking lingo.
Bro, if I'm just going to take offense to whatever the fuck it is that you say,
So you need to tell me your mom ain't say nothing to you before that. You know she said to you, but she ain't say it to you like that. She said it a different way, but you know what the fuck she meant.
I knew what she meant, but
Exactly.
I still,
Exactly.
we still was going to butt heads where me and you butt. The only thing is that I know I'm not going to get my point across to my mom. So
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, has your mom ever said anything to you where you knew what she meant, even though she didn't say what she meant?
What? Maybe
Has your mom ever said anything to you where you knew what she meant, even though she didn't say it like that?
All the time.
Okay then. Okay then.
So what does that have to do with
So just because her mom didn't say it to her in those words and in that many words don't mean she didn't say that.
bro, she didn't even get okay, but normally when there's a situation like that, you can see it in somebody's demeanor. You can see it in how they say it to you. You can see it in there's multiple other things that you can see it in other than the motherfucker just saying the word directly to you. But she didn't do none of that shit to her. She did not do none of that shit.
You don't know that. You only know what they showed you, bro.
Bro, when she said whatever about the last game of the season, she went off on her. Shit, I gotta wear spuds. I gotta wear a jersey than the neighbor.
Right, she's tired of it, bro.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Yo, if I was the mom, I'd be like, God damn, what can I do to you? Nigga? I would have thought you hated me. What you hate me for, bro? And then I try to be motherly. Oh, it's just a game, you know. It's just a game. You don't got to be upset about it. It's just a game. You ain't upset about the game. You upset about your boyfriend that I didn't even fucking know about. So what
My Duke's out there like, damn, man, I didn't even know you had niggas. Shit.
right, what are we doing?
I thought you were shooting jump up shots.
Listen, I didn't want to get back into this conversation. I was just saying that just brings it back. At the end of the day, that power structure.
Yeah, you know, on camera,
That shit is real.
vitamin cheap.
I didn't, Jonathan, because you're not in the camera. But
He off today.
now you off to that.
Why do you think men cheat?
I already told you.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Why do you think men cheat? You think it's insecurity?
No, me personally, I think men cheat because, well, I think certain men cheat
Mm-hmm.
because the one woman that they're with doesn't show all of it that he wants them. There's a lot of men that decide to cheat because when they end up finding a woman that holds traits that he truly values. But just because he's found certain traits in this woman, there could be a completely different woman that shows the others. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, because it's like I was having this conversation the other night, and it's just like when you truly think about it, when it comes to these women that personify everything that certain men want in a woman, don't they always end up married? Just being for real with y'all. Yeah, bro, I'm talking about when it comes to a man's perception. It's about the traits that they want this woman to personify. They end up with the ring.
All right.
So,
Well, yeah, okay. I can see what you said now.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, get that far. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just like it's one of those situations where it's like there's a man out here that just hasn't found that one woman that is literally everything he's looking for. And so it's like he ends up in a relationship with someone he cares about them. You know what I'm saying? They're intertwined. But it's like he ends up coming across another individual and shit. And they hit it off like no tomorrow. But in all like a bunch of different ways, completely opposite to how it even happened and transpired with the other woman. You know what I'm saying? Now he has a connection with both of these women in completely different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like
Can I piggyback off that?
Yeah.
So some psychology shit that
Go ahead.
crazy. Actually said some same shit like that, which is why President Ye was right when he said love is cursed by monogamy because yeah. It's the old one, not the clone. So don't get me started. No. So what they're saying is, right? So at the end of the day, like he said, you find all the personality traits that you desire, but they might be missing a few from one person. And you're demanding this one person to exhibit traits that they possibly can never generate to give you. And if you do, now they're not even themselves anymore. So now it's not even fair to them because you got them changing. You feel me? But the next person that you meet might have those traits, and that's why they I don't know. It was like a psychology type of thing where like people really are trapped because you can never find all the traits that you're looking for
in one person.
So you're always kind of going to be looking
Bouncing around, man.
because you're gonna run across somebody with that other trait, and
And it's not something you mean to do.
it's just human, which
Human
is kind
nature,
of crazy. But when I heard that, I was like, wow, why?
It's just like it's a crazy it's a nice way to think about it because it's like it holds a lot of merit when you really take a deep dive into the thought process. Like when you really look at your partners and they exhibit certain traits, but you can also just go scrolling around or you can meet someone and see a lot of other traits that you didn't really realize that you were into or wanted at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like shit is crazy, bro. I really wanted to get y'all takes on that.
If you going back.
It'll gotta be, bro.
Nah, you gotta be. Yeah,
No, bro.
the guest.
He's our
Get down.
He's our producer today.
Stop, please.
All right, I'll go ahead and say it. I don't really want to be on camera, but I get it. But I'm going to cheat debating on how female handles conflict. Because conflict, if we can't come to ends or come to a compromise or come to understanding at the end of some little shit, oh no, you're just not gonna be around for too long.
I understand.
I'm gonna either have to cut strings or you feel me. I might get a little bit, it might be around, but I might cheat because you don't handle confrontation the way that I handle confrontation. You feel me? So
Okay.
I get that. I understand that.
Word. I guess we're gonna have that one out where game and then put that.
Definitely forgot about these scenarios because the way women handle conflict is very important. Man. And it's like, and not even when it just comes to just female conflict, when it comes to having the right type of communication with their partner, is like that is very important. Like, what type of person are you going to be in the heat of the moment? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit gets real.
That's actually when the real shit come out.
Okay, that's when you really know who you're dealing with. At the end of the day, man, like, you gotta be careful. You gotta know what you're getting yourself into. Nigga,
So look, right at that point, you start a conflict just to see how she
fucked up.
fucking
I'm trying to get it spicy with this. What we chilling? Like that toxic shit, cuz. Nah, it's like, no, but it's like, you feel me? It's time,
Bro, I'm not
let
waiting.
it really happen, bro.
we're not planting seeds. So we don't want it to grow into a problem, but for it to be on top, you know what I'm saying? It got swept up, been supplanted.
Bro.
Now it done turned into something. You feel me? Now it's like, babe, it didn't even need to get all the way there. So it's like, but okay, you got that.
Bro, for personal experience, bro.
So hold on, does that make us toxic?
Yes, yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Because I've done that before. And
Okay, so you toxic.
it's a
Anyways, how does that make us toxic?
bro? It's toxic.
How does that make us toxic? How does that
You
make
just started shit, but don't fucker. You bored and you want to.
I'm bored.
You bored from being too happy, so you want to see how she gonna be with you. You see her now? It's like, look, I sit here on the couch and shit. You chilling, you like sitting there minding your business. And then you pull up. Just the shit. Like, I did it before.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this shit today.
I get what y'all saying though, because you talking about like what, like 4 or 5 months just being happy, like you feel me?
Yeah, because then after, so then, hold on, let's say not, because now after it's gonna hit even harder because now you don't wait it. You mad as fuck now. You done wasted 4 to 5 fucking months of your fucking life, and now this motherfucker ain't the motherfucker you thought it was.
Yo, see, there's no such thing as wasting your life. At the end of the day, when you with somebody,
You wasted life, but you
you're
did
learning.
time.
You're not wasting your time. You have your life learning and enjoying it.
Bro, if you're thinking about doing this shit in the beginning and you do not because you don't want to be fucking toxic,
At the end,
you don't do it, then 4 to 5 months come down the line, and then you think to yourself, damn, I should have did that. Then probably would have gotten this far. So then what?
You'll never know that. What if you ruin a good thing by doing some nut shit like
I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. You got to take it.
that? See, you're out here risk taking on unnecessities when you could have just been an adult and had a fucking conversation with niggas.
Look,
We you scared of? Why you gotta play games with people's emotions?
That's
bro?
not playing toxic. That's not playing games.
Childish.
If you were to let me know what type of person you are up front, then there would be no games to play.
Okay, but everybody acts a certain way under emotion. What do you mean not?
Because there's certain ways you handle certain situations. Like Javante said.
But everybody acts a certain way under emotion. So they might act exactly my point. So you not saying you can't judge somebody how they act under their emotions, but you can't provoke somebody to do some shit. Like, great.
It's not provoking.
Listen.
But it's only provoking if you take it to a place where it don't
Listen, right? It's this show on YouTube, Jack TV. People be going on there and they be like, yeah, I think my bitch cheating on me. So they hire him as a PI, right? But instead of just hiring them as a PI and just having people follow her around and shit, they actually get people to sign up to try to bag motherfuckers. Right? So now you got you done, hey, yeah, hey, babe, I bought you a 5 day, and you got her a spy ticket. You hired some other guy to go in there and rub all on her just to see if she's gonna play. Is that not self-sabotage? Or you provoking?
Well,
You're
that's a whole
provoking.
other. You took it to a whole.
But that's the same thing.
No, see,
You're trying to test your limits, right? You're trying to test another person's limits. Let me see what's going on. Let's see how you react to certain situations.
No.
So put you in a situation, not letting the situation come out.
no, that isn't trapping. What you just explained. That isn't trapping like a motherfucker. That's not what I'm talking about.
It's the same thing.
No,
You're gonna trap them emotionally into a verbal conflict.
no. I'm saying, okay, let's say we cool, but we have bumps in the road. Bumps in the road that me and you have communicated about in the past. You said we're gonna.
So now you're gonna go.
Wait.
No, you just said that.
No. You said you were going to change that, so that way we can progress further. Okay, so you ain't never your girl did something to you, and then you did something back to her. It could be something that small, like you do it back to her, she don't like it, but then when she's doing it to you, it's all cool again.
That's tick for tack.
That's not tick for tat, because if the situation came up naturally, but I went ahead and took the sarcastic route and dissed back what you just
That's
did.
tit for tat. That's the definition of tit for tat. Somebody do something you normally wouldn't do it. You're gonna do
But
it because they
It's only tit for tat if the shit is fucking harmful and I'm fucking
What?
Yeah, like if I'm intentionally doing it to you.
Intentionally. That's the key word.
But girls do it to us. They test us a lot.
Okay, that's exactly why I said that's
So it's wrong for us to fucking
It's wrong for us. It's wrong for them. I ain't saying it's right for them.
I'm playing see it differently. We went to the girl.
Go ahead. Maybe you can explain that a little bit. Go ahead.
My route, all right.
You can
I
explain.
could plant a seed as simple as silence. You know what I'm saying? And see how one is gonna go see what's wrong with me. See how one's gonna see
Okay.
what mood I might be in. You know what I'm saying? Silence. You feel me? Just in my phone, not even paying no mind. With her, you know what I'm saying? Here, but like just silence. See how she, gets how she try to, measure my mood, try to brighten my mood. She might even dampen my mood. You know what I'm saying? Something as small as just silence. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fuck up his day.
But that's what I'm
You
saying.
feel
You
me?
could possibly
You
fuck
feel
up a
me?
good day when at the end of the day, you could be living your fucking life and doing something that could further progress your life so you're happy and never have to worry about shit. But you're going to cause a fucking problem to have to worry about how the next person feel about you.
Yes, because
That's
you're
dead,
not
bro.
gonna change.
That's dead.
You're not gonna fucking change who the fuck you are, be who I need you to be in order for us to progress. You're not gonna fucking change what that is if I just let every fucking thing slide.
No one said let anything slide.
That's basically what you're doing.
That shit naturally happen. When you start forcing shit, you're going to cause a bunch of shit.
It's not fucking forcing.
He literally just said, I will purposely be silent to see how she'll react.
Okay. Some motherfuckers hate
So,
themselves.
so,
So let's say,
right?
let's say, hold on, I don't get it out.
All right.
I know, I don't want to lose. All right. So let's say she hates repeating herself, right? There have been times where you had to do something that you hated for your girl, right?
Okay.
Okay. So the fact that you can't hang up the fact that you hate repeating yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to do that because it's me and you love me, and maybe I just did not hear you.
Go back again, because that confused me.
So let's just say your girl hates repeating herself.
She hates repeating herself. Okay.
Yes, and you do the silence thing, and he did. And it could have been something simple. She just did something simple to you, but you didn't hear it, type of shit. But you get mad because you're right there, but you just did not hear it because you're too, So with that,
That's not the case because you said he can.
that's natural. It can be natural, it can be forced. That's it's
Okay.
in the
All
middle.
right. So natural. All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead here.
So you didn't hear it. She instantly get yelling. I know you heard me. I and not hear you. So the fact that you're mad because you had to repeat yourself to me, that proves to me that you don't really love me for real because.
Okay, what's wrong with that? That's the key word, natural.
But
Okay,
okay,
if he
so
was purposely ignoring her, knowing that shit gets on her fucking nerves, just like your girl do some shit purposely when you know that shit get on your fucking nerves. And you know you done told her, babe, that shit get on my nerves, don't do this. And then she purposely gonna do it. Just to see how you react. Like, I'm gonna see if this nigga gonna blow up on me. Just to see if what if I was to fuck up one day and actually do the shit that he said gets on my nerves. I want to see how he reacts.
and you know I talk to you all the time.
I know, that's it.
It's all you know. I tell you.
Every fucking time. Oh, you ain't go home and kiss your girl, because guess what? She's all you can. You keep taking that shit back.
And
So we're talking about beginning trials. You know what I'm saying? Me and Monty, I was myself presume I was talking about the first week to the to the fourth month. You know what I mean? That's my time. My time zone. I'm straight testing you. Any bits in between. You feel me?
All right, I got one more question.
That's the beginning trials.
that's it.
Would
And
y'all,
you make it out, you got to talk to you straight like that. You make it out there, then you know that. Promotion. All right, go ahead.
so, would y'all date a woman that doesn't get married?
No. No.
Well, shit. Hear me out, though. Hear me out. I would have to be in a stage of my life, right? So I would have to counter your question to ask you this: would you marry a virgin?
Would I marry a virgin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Texas, yes.
Then?
Avon,
Would I marry a virgin?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like that would be the only like exception. It's like the fact that she's not familiar with doing this.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
What?
I don't know if I would marry a virgin.
Now I ponder on it. I did ponder on it.
But why not?
Bro, look, I'm gonna be.
There sounds like a bad.
Go ahead.
Look, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but it's like I'm just saying, if I was to find a girl that literally had like one boyfriend, two boyfriends her entire life, you feel me? Like, but she only had those two partners ever.
Well, let's just say she only had the two partners, but they never snapped. So she has the experience.
No,
she don't have the
see,
experience since you know what
I look. I don't want to be the guy, okay? I don't want to be the guy, but like, come on, bro. Like,
Well,
I gotta know what it's hitting for before I put a ring on you. You tripping? Like,
well, no, I'm not saying she never did it with you until she married you. I'm just saying like she's never given it up to another nigga before you.
bro, you said very virgin. That means
That means that a vagina that
virgin. I put a ring on this joint. I never even tapped that joint. Nah, I can't go out like that. I got to know what I'm getting myself
bro, I'm not saying she's a
Okay,
virgin
that's-
when you
into.
marry.
I got to know what I'm getting myself into. I'm just being for real with you, bro. I gotta know what it's hitting for.
All right, so like when you say that, like what do you
What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean, bro? Like, I gotta know what it's hitting for, cuz.
But all right, but you're not. I said, okay, she's not a virgin. Like you meet her, and then you know what I'm saying she's a virgin all up until you get married. I'm saying that no other penis has penetrated this vagina before you.
Oh, before me. You feel me? Yeah, if I hit that before we got married, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
All right, so you're a married virgin.
yeah, if I hit it right before we got married and I was fucking with you, that shit. Like, I gotta be fucking with it. I ain't gonna get with you. Like, I'm not marrying no bitch. Like that's a trash box. Like, that's not happening. That's not happening. I can't go out like that.
All right, so what if
That's
she don't? But I'm saying, what if she don't get there because she's not familiar with it? Fuck it up.
Oh, nah, you're a tweaker, bro. Be personal.
Got all
Bro.
about that.
Me personally, bro.
That was a quick answer. That's why.
I can't be with nobody that don't get mad, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck how old I get, bro. I don't give a fuck what type of mindset I'm in, bro. Like, I'ma always want some head, bro. Like, that's a given, straight up. I'ma always want some head. If you don't get head, I don't know what we doing here. Like, I don't know what we doing here, because this ain't that. I'm sorry. Like, I need me. I need me. I don't know what other niggas is on, but like shit. Come on, cuz. Like, got to know your way around that. I'm just saying, gang, like, if you ain't gotta be the best, but like shit. God has some full game.
But I'm saying though, like she learning this shit because she with you.
Now, see, look, it all depends on what type of female she is.
You're making your own.
Because if she's the type that's
That's
real,
what I'm saying.
hold on.
That's the best present ever, right?
That's what I'm saying.
There's two different types, bro. Because like two different types. Like you're either gonna get the one that's down to like really learn to like how to like really, you feel me, please you as an individual. Or you're gonna have the one that don't want to take no corrective criticism and think they're the best at it, but give you teeth. Like, I don't want that one. Like, but it's a 50-50 chance. Like,
So you'd rather marry a girl that's been slutted out, is what you're saying?
You heard him. He said he like ratchet bitches.
You didn't say that.
No.
So she done had a few trainings right on her.
No. You can't get this too far, man. Fuck them. I just told you niggas like
One or the other.
I told you, bro. I need a little John that had like one boyfriend, two boyfriends, her entire life type shit. Like we grown this shit. Like you had to,
Bro,
be,
you're
you
not
had
gonna
to do,
find
you had to be a committed relationship. John.
East Hemisphere shit.
Huh? East Hemisphere shit.
Yeah.
I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. Very impossible mission, but guess what? I'm Mr. Impossible. Like. We gonna make this shit work. Fuck you talking about, like, but nah, like when it comes to the head, man, like I don't know how y'all feel for real. But me, this ain't gonna work out, baby. This ain't gonna work out, baby. You don't be getting that neck up, man. Was shit. Cause it's like you just see me personally, cause it's like niggas fuck with head too much, so it's just like you're asking to get cheated on. Just to be completely honest, like you're asking for this man to cheat on you.
Well, why don't you just leave her then? If she ain't gonna give you that,
But
you
you
not
gotta
gonna just cheat on her.
But you gotta go to box them.
But so what if she has those qualities that we were just talking about that you can't
She just don't like to.
all of
She just don't like the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, but that would be a quality. So obviously, if you don't do that, then that's not a quality.
But I'm saying, what if she has all those other qualities?
All I'm saying is, you know, the people, we are human, bro. So when you think about us as human beings, sometimes you feel me, for certain things we go without, but then we end up finding the things we went without. Something else. You get what I'm saying? But all of that can be avoided if she sucks a dick. That's the simplest part about it. It's that easy. That easy to keep your man at home, bro. You know I do that. You know I do. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck don't want to open up their door and shit? Had a long day at work and shit, open up their door, shit. Niggas ready. Like, I'm coming home on time every day. What is you talking about?
All right, so look, right?
How many speeding tickets I'm gonna have?
All right, so listen, check this out. We pretty much be out there. You know, watch us and like really take some shit from what we said and shit.
Yeah.
Why do you think not? Why do you think not? Like, even if we, like, let's say we blow up tomorrow, 500,000 views, some shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say a whole bunch of women that see it, right?
Lose it.
But look, so if we give them the hits right in their faces, right? Why they still don't know like the shit that keep us happy?
Because people don't understand love languages. They don't even know that's a thing.
No,
To comprehend it itself.
I mean, I heard this a few times, but you break it down.
So when you tell somebody that you have a specific way that you need to be loved and treated, people hear it, but they know how they show love. You feel me? So the way that you receive it might not be the way somebody else receive it, but the way that you express it might be different. And the way that you express it, you're like, okay, I'm showing you this. But you're like, okay, you're showing me that. That's cool, but this is what I want. You feel me? And that's where it gets confused because you're giving something that somebody doesn't want. So now that goes back into if you have the right qualities, maybe that right person that if one of your qualities is, hey, can you understand love languages? Do you know how to not give out the ones that you just want to receive, or the ones that you know how to give out? Do you know how to give out the ones that are needed? You can't give out the one that's needed, and you don't understand it.
Yep.
And it's straight like that. So now they be sitting there stuck in a relationship with somebody that don't really want them because they like, you don't even get me. I'm telling you, this is what the fuck I need. This is the only thing I need from you. And they're doing all this, that, and the third. And this is the only I keep saying it. I'm tired of repeating myself.
10 years.
That's not true.
Fucking years. Why am I still here?
10 years.
Like, come on,
Now that's dumb on you. If you sitting there for 10 years and you ain't getting what you want,
just imagine 10 years. Nah, bro.
that's on you.
Can't do it, cuz. No.
If you with somebody for 10 years and you ain't getting what you want, now that is what I call a waste of time. But you still also learned something, so you didn't waste. Or hopefully,
I changed it. I said, hopefully you learned something. Bro, what you learn? Take it out. Never wasted.
I mean, but that's why I said hopefully. Because if you learned something, you didn't waste any time. But if you didn't learn anything, then yeah, at that point, yeah, that time was wasted. No, 10 years of not learning anything about yourself, about what you like, about what you don't like.
It's never wasted. I'm don't try to fucking bring that shit down.
We talking about something different.
Just let it naturally, you know what I'm saying? Fuck around and then with the same wrong
But that's what I'm saying. But if you naturally for 10 years are with somebody and you don't get what you want and you didn't learn nothing,
what the fuck am I supposed to learn?
you're supposed to learn what you like, what you need, what you want, what you don't like. Obviously, how relationships work.
You didn't notice 10 years ago?
Some people don't. Some people are so fucking learning, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't learn this in 10 years, then yes, that was wasted time. That's my whole sentence.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Maybe I learned that I was with the wrong motherfucker for 10 years. Maybe
there you go. So it wasn't wasted.
I could have learned that 10 years.
But now, how was you going to learn it?
What did I say earlier?
How were you going to learn you was with the wrong person for 10 years without being with the wrong person for 10 years?
Because
You can't learn.
I don't put that initial fucking test out there, then
Then you'll never know.
Exactly. But then I'll learn 10 years later. Then I learned.
You didn't be able to turn into the Riddler, shit. It's a real shit though. You know what it is.
I mean, with these riddles and shit. I'm not giving out riddles, man. Life packages. We all need more life, yo. Real shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, what I said earlier. Look, bro. 10 fucking years, bro. The only thing you learned after 10 fucking years and shit of unhappiness is that you're a sucker. What is you talking about? You whole goddamn sucker.
Hey, at least you learned something at that point. Or if you learned you're a sucker, that wasn't time wasted. You just learned, hey, I'm a sucker.
I know I was a
Hopefully
sucker 10 years ago, bro. Like, that's the part.
Okay, so if you knew you were the sucker 10 years ago.
Like, why? No, like, why
Why did it take 10 years to learn that, bro?
You don't learn that shit, bro.
No way. There's no
Yeah,
fucking
there's a way.
For 2 years learning stuff that I know. I'm like, come on, guys.
Ain't no way.
That is
And
way
then
too
what you bring
much
up-
time, bro.
People break up.
I'm saying they gotta have a valid, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it depends. I don't know.
After 10 years.
After 10 years, what they break up for? Go. Go. What they break up for? After 10 years, at that point, you knew you was a sucker?
Oh my god, bro.
What are you leaving for?
And time never wastes.
If you got a good box, then was you wasting your time for 10 years?
I mean, if I didn't,
You didn't cry?
bro, if I didn't learn, you know what I'm saying? I could have learned that years ago.
I don't get that. You still didn't make it make sense. That's how you learn something. 10 years.
Everything, like,
So
why did it take me having to go through something in order to know something?
because that's how life works. You
Nah,
put your hand
that
in the
is
fire
how
and you
certain
get burnt, nigga.
experiences
That's
go.
how you.
I just feel
You have to
like
go
it
for
should not take you 10 fucking years to
It
realize
shouldn't
you're
take
a
you.
sucker. That's all like that's all. But it's just like that is a little extra.
And then if it
But
takes you 10 years,
like,
you
but
can learn that. Guess what? I'm a slow ass fucking
no,
learner.
but still, even if it's not like 10 and shit, bro, like shit, it still should even take you like 3-4 years to realize nigga, like if you don't realize you a sucker, it's
No, but your time's not wasted. Let me add that in there.
Oh, no.
Let me add that in there. Your time is not wasted. Let me add that in there. And then if it's gonna take 3-4 years, if your motherfucking ass is sitting here avoiding fucking conflict, okay, because you don't want to test it.
No one said avoid conflict. When did I ever said avoid conflict? I said do not create
bro.
unnecessary conflict. Just so you can
But
see
it's
how a
necessary.
person acts.
You want to know why it's necessary? So I don't have to stay with this person for 10 years, Avon. That's why it's necessary.
That's not necessary. If you've been with a person for 10 years and you haven't naturally gone through any type of conflict that's going to help you determine if you want to be with somebody or not, that's not a real relationship.
But you a sucker, so you let it
Because real
slide.
relationships go real.
You a sucker, so you let it slide.
What? That doesn't make no sense.
If you,
If you've gone through a real conflict and you're a sucker and you let it slide, then you already made your decision there. So again, you went through the conflict and you made your decision.
That's true.
not really.
Yeah, no, yes, really. You're going through some shit and you got two options, and that's what the option you chose. So you knew what was going on and you made a decision as a sucker.
So what if again I made the decision to stay silent?
That was your decision. Why did you make that decision to stay silent? You had a natural conflict right there that popped up, and you just naturally was like, "Nah, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let it happen." Go ahead, Kiki. Go outside and let Usher sing to you. And then you're gonna be mad later.
Yeah, you mad? Now that you done it probably was conflict
But you had a
before.
natural
And
conflict,
probably
right?
conflict before. Now you gotta keep with this
No. You had a natural conflict that arose that you decided to ignore.
because
And now you want to go back later and create some bullshit just because you're like, listen, I just want to see how shit is. No, you had shit that you could have actually plausibly was like, listen, this is just how life was happening. And motherfuckers unintentionally did like this and went like that. Instead of saying, yeah, I purposely did this and tried to cause that. That's the toxicity. Doing shit on purpose to try to get a reaction out of somebody, me personally, that's giving too much control over my life to somebody. I would never. To me, if I got to do that to you to see if I can get a reaction out of you, I personally don't want nothing to do with you. Because you know what that means? You got too much control over me emotionally. You got too much real estate in my mind. For me to figure out some shit like this, listen, if we gonna bang, we gonna bang. If we not, we not. But I'm gonna live my life, and I'm hoping you're gonna live your life. We both gonna live the best for each other and for ourselves. And when some shit pops off, we gonna see how it happened. And if it whole shit pop off, then the whole shit pop off. But I ain't gonna sit here and cause no trauma in my life.
Talk that shit, man.
What the fuck I'm gonna make my life unhappy for? I got one.
I got one of these motherfuckers. I ain't about to sit here and make me get a fucking headache for what? Just so I can see if you gonna give me another headache later or not?
No, it's not gonna
What
be.
the fuck?
It's not gonna be.
Exactly my point. But you're gonna go into the next one and do the same thing, and they're all gonna give you a fucking headache because people grow and change. So somebody's gonna give you a fucking headache at work. So you're gonna keep giving yourself all different kinds of headaches.
No, but if it's the main headache that's getting on my fucking nerves, for what? What do you mean for what?
If the main headache is getting on your nerve, then you have an issue. Again, communication.
So you gotta go on to the next.
Communication. Then the next one gonna give you a headache too.
But if it's a headache that I
We don't know that.
understand, and then
We don't know
we don't know that.
Okay.
Time's never wasted. We don't know that.
Nah, I'm just
Time's never wasted.
just saying, bro. We
Somebody calling that.
don't know what's on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Look, the grass isn't always greener. I will say that. But in certain cases and circumstances,
Sometimes it is.
my nigga, you don't know till you find out. So you just
So I don't know till I find out, and I find out 10 years later.
Nah.
That's part of life.
10 years
part of life.
10 years is crazy. You can't do that.
She didn't show me no signs until 10 years later.
That's crazy.
You know how that's a lie? For somebody that's been with somebody for 10 years, you can see the signs. If you ignore them, then that's up to you. But you can see signs. You can see if you haven't been with somebody for 10 years, if you don't know who that person is at their core, if you haven't seen them change, then the suck ass nigga or a dumbass nigga. And at the end of the day, both of them is on you.
All right, so let's say y'all break up tomorrow.
Nah, we gonna leave it alone. If you a suck ass nigga or you a broke ass bum ass nigga, and 5 to 10 years, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna leave it like this, bro. She cheating. You was been folded, nigga. You just around.
Around. You're seeing you around. Toying you like a dog.
Keep you up, pet your shit up. Come back tonight. No.
Motherfucker gets treated like that, which is wild, right? Suck ass niggas.
Can't be one of them, dude. Can't.
Yeah.
Time's never wasted though.
Oh my god. All right, on that note, right? We go in this one here because I can't with this guy.
Just remember, y'all.
What we remember?
Time's never wasted. No matter what
If you learning, listen, if you learning and you living, none of your time is wasted. That's your life.
you can be with the most abusivest bitch ever.
Abusiveness.
Time is
You
never.
gotta learn self-defense classes. Straight up.
Abusiveness.
You better learn some red flags on abusers out there in the world. If you don't, you end up in a box.
I was thinking of a word that starts with an N.
Nigga.
He said he was thinking of a word that started with it. I didn't say what the word that started with it.
Thank you, everybody. that decided to-
Nice.
We have more content coming to y'all next Friday, too. Thank you to anybody that decided to tune in.
Oh,
Nice.
you're trying to say.
What about it? Go ahead.
Nah, but I didn't get to that. But that just,
Well,
that's a lot that takes place.
next episode.
Please like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all next week.